Hi, I'm Carrie Daniel with Gate College System, and today I'm here with Johanna Fannon, who not only is a college planner, but perhaps her most important job is that she is a mother who has been through the college application process twice. So Johanna, can you just tell us a little bit, mom to mom, I'm sure there's a lot of parents that are watching, about the emotional journey of the college application process?
What we found is that there was this whole process. First of all, he wanted to go to a $60,000 school.
Wow. Yep.
That's what I said. I said a little bit more than wow. But I was just floored that schools could cost $60,000. I was not prepared. There is a difference in age, almost 10 years between my middle son and my younger son. So I thought, where was I that colleges could go up that much in price? But they did. And my son had his eyes fixed on this one college, and I wanted to make it happen for him. But my fear was that I was not going to be able to, because we didn't have an additional $60,000 to spend on college.
Right.
When you think about that, was for 1 year.
So how early then should families start to prepare for the college application process?
Okay, great question.
Yeah.
How early they should plan and when they actually do plan, two different things.
Right.
Because I think, as humans, we're a little bit procrastinators, right? At least I was. And I find that true today as well. As early as you can, when your student starts going to high school, it's imperative, I believe, that as a parent that you get involved as well. But I think that's when the planning starts, not only for the student, because I'll tell you, we meet a lot of students that come in at the very last minute, end of junior year, application season is
Beginning
starting.
of senior year sometimes, right?
Correct. And they come in with a list of colleges. When we're interviewing them, we'll ask what type of colleges that they're looking at. And then they share with us what they've done thus far, their GPA, their practice SAT, their SAT scores. And sometimes we have to add to their list because they have colleges that they would love to go to, but in reality, the GPA, the SAT, the cumulative activities that they've been doing, the whole package is really not put together to actually be granted acceptance at that college.
Exactly, Johanna. And as we discuss here at GATE, it is very important to start the college planning process in the 9th grade. Do you have any other strategies that you can recommend to parents?
I do. As parents, we don't want to say no. And unfortunately, sometimes parents have to say no. There is a planning process for parents. One of the things that I learned and that I try to convey to parents is that there is a planning process. This is not an event. It's not a wedding. It's not, that's a big expense, but this is a planning process, especially if you have more than one child, because the cost could be anywhere from, $50 to $150 to $250,000 for one child. So there is a planning process that is involved. And without wanting to tap into your retirement or come up with other ideas on how you might pay for it, there is an understanding that you need to know about the process. There's aid to be had, there's scholarships, there's filing of forms. All of the pieces of the process need to be understood so that you can successfully navigate it and open yourselves up to be available to whatever potential free money or grants are out there to help you fund the cost.
Do you have any specific examples that you can give us of families that have had success in the financial planning process?
Well, there's lots of families that we have helped, attain a success after perhaps making a mistake or two. One comes to mind. A lovely lady down in Orange County had called one day and her daughter got accepted to NYU. So absolutely she was not going to say no. That's a big deal to get accepted to NYU. What she failed to understand was how the financial aid system works, in particular with her family. And that's important for every single family to understand, how do you fit into the financial aid system? So she was under the impression, because they were a middle to upper income family, that she wasn't going to qualify for aid. So she didn't fill out the financial aid form, didn't really investigate the fact that NYU has additional forms to fill out that would open up the door of opportunity for aid, and just kind of went with the fact that they were going to have to pay for it. She found out after the fact, after her daughter got accepted, that it was a $70,000 school. Cost of attendance for 1 year. So she called, and basically we were at a point where her daughter wouldn't be able to go if she didn't pay for the tuition. So she ended up putting that on a credit card. If you can imagine that, $70,000 for the first year. We were lucky enough to have the opportunity to work with her and correct everything the following year, and were able to access aid for her
for the remaining years of...
Correct, because financial aid is a yearly annual event. You have the ability to apply for it every year, and understanding where the money comes from is definitely something that you have to be educated on as parents. Understanding the system and how you fit into it is key.
So what final nugget of wisdom do you have for any parents who are watching?
Well, take the time. We get so busy as parents. We're all over the place. But it's so important to take the time to find out about the system, to reach out to wonderful resources like GATE, and understand that that this is important enough to take that time. I think that's one of the things that I'd like to share with you, is that it will be well worth your while to get a good understanding, be invested in the process with your student. And the fact of the matter is, we love our children. There isn't anything that we wouldn't do for them, but we want to be smart about it as well, and we want to have a good understanding. Talk with your children about what their aspirations are for college. Get that dialogue going early. That's really important. And then, just love them and support them. And, it's one of the hardest jobs being a parent, but it's one of the jobs that is so rewarding, and it's precious. So just enjoy the ride.
Thank you so much for being with us, Johanna. That's all for today. We'll see you next time.